In a narrow apartment above a crowded street lived a woman who could not walk. Her room was small, quiet. The only sound in the room was the slow spinning of the ceiling fan. Every day, she sat beside the same window and watched the world below. Below her stretched a maze of tin rooftops and tangled wires. The roofs shimmered under the heat of the sun. Children chased each other through puddles. Men sat on plastic stools playing cards. Hawkers called out over steaming pots of soup. And beyond it all, far in the distance, the glass towers of the city shimmered in the sunlight. Two worlds, one noisy and alive, one distant and unreachable, and in between them, the woman watched them both, but neither world knew she existed. Days passed, then weeks. The clock ticked, the sun rose, the sun set. Nothing changed. Loneliness settled in her room like dust. Her only moments of relief came at night. That was when the cats appeared. Stray cats, thin, clever creatures, leaping lightly across the tin rooftops like dancers. They walked the rooftops as if they owned the sky. They had no homes, no money, no plans for tomorrow, yet somehow they were free. Sometimes they paused outside her window and stared inside, as if they understood something about her. Sometimes they slipped through the open window. They curled beside her wheelchair and purred softly while she stroked their fur. For a moment, the silence felt warmer, less empty. The woman had once been an artist. She had painted canvases filled with color and light, but after the accident, her body had betrayed her. Her hands trembled too much. Her legs would not carry her, so the paintbrushes had dried and the colors had faded. One afternoon, something unusual caught her eye. A boy in the alley below. He wore a faded charity school uniform, the fabric thin and worn. A battered backpack hung from his shoulders, the kind that had clearly belonged to someone else long before him. He was playing with one of the rooftop cats, but something was wrong. The cat limped badly. One leg dragged painfully across the ground. At that moment, rain crashed against the tin roofs, loudly. The boy quickly crouched beneath the slanted metal sheets, pulling the injured cat close, shielding it with his backpack. The cat trembled in the cold rain. He spoke to it softly. Words the woman could not hear, but somehow understood. He broke a small piece of bread from his pocket and placed it gently before the cat. Motorbikes splashed through the alley. Cars honked impatiently. Water rushed through the gutters. But the boy did not move. He sat there in the storm with quiet patience, one hand resting gently on the animal's back. The cat was broken, just like her, and yet the boy refused to leave it. Over the next few days, she watched from her window. The boy returned again and again. The cat barely moved. Once she saw the boy open a small packet of food. He hesitated, then pushed the entire meal towards the cat. He drank water from a plastic bottle, but ate nothing. Another evening, the rain returned. The boy curled beside the cat, using his backpack as a pillow. They slept beneath the dripping edge of the tin roof. A boy and a broken cat, two fragile lives, keeping each other warm. One morning, the woman saw something remarkable. The cat tried to stand. It stumbled, fell, tried again. Slowly, carefully, it took a step. The boy shouted with joy, his laughter rising above the noise of the street. And the woman felt something stir inside her chest, something she had not felt in years. Hope. That very afternoon, she did something she had not done in years. She left her apartment, slowly, painfully. She made her way down the stairs. When she finally reached the street, the city felt louder than she remembered, closer, messier, more alive. The boy looked up in surprise. She asked him why he cared so much for a stray cat. The boy shrugged. "I think he is like me," he said. "I'm a refugee. I don't have a home either." He scratched the cat gently behind the ears. Then he paused. "But if he can have hope, maybe I can too." The boy told her about a school nearby, an old building that a charity was trying to turn into a school for refugee children. He asked if she wanted to see it. The building was tired. Concrete walls stained with damp, cracked windows, long empty hallways. But as the woman rolled through the corridors, she noticed something faint beneath the peeling paint. Color, old murals from long ago. And suddenly, she remembered something. Her own paintings, her own brushes, her own colors. Back in her apartment, dust-covered brushes waited silently beside unfinished canvases. A memory flickered in her mind. Color once lived here too. That night, the woman could not sleep. She thought about the boy, the cat, the broken building, and herself. Perhaps they were all the same, not finished, just unfinished. The next morning, she returned to the school. She spoke to the woman running the charity. "I used to be an artist," she said. "I want to paint these walls." The charity worker smiled sadly. "That would be beautiful," she said, "but we cannot afford an artist." The woman nodded. "I will find a way." And so she did something unexpected. Every day, she rolled her wheelchair through the streets. She sold small sketches. She begged for spare coins. She saved every ringgit she could. At night, when the city finally grew quiet, she went to the school, alone, with brushes and buckets of paint. For 4 months she worked, balancing on boxes, stretching painfully to reach the higher walls. Her hands shook, her back ached, but slowly, very slowly, color returned. Finally, the school opened. Children poured through the doors. They stopped. Gasps filled the hall. The gray walls had disappeared. In their place, enormous murals, tin rooftops shining in the rain, cats dancing under the moon, a boy sleeping beside an injured cat, a woman watching from a glowing window, refugee children carrying backpacks across unfamiliar streets, children from many countries, learning together beneath bright skies. The children stared at the walls, and then something extraordinary happened. They began pointing. "That's me. That's my story. That's my village. That's my cat." The murals had not only painted a building, they had painted their lives. For the first time, the children saw themselves reflected on the walls around them, and they smiled. Back in her apartment, the woman still sits beside the same window. The same tin rooftops stretch across the neighborhood. The same skyline glitters in the distance. Sometimes the rain still hammers against the metal roofs. Sometimes the stray cats still dance in the moonlight. But now, when she looks out, she sees something new. A small building filled with color, filled with laughter, filled with children learning. And sometimes, if the night is very quiet, she can still see the cats sitting proudly on the rooftops, watching over everything, as if they know the story too.